Hello everybody, my name is Roman Stadelmeier and this time I'm going to show you a software request, a combination of System Center, Service Manager, Orchestrator and Provence IT Asset Management. Let's assume we have a software catalog and let's assume we have a couple of standard software items in our catalog, and these are published over this service request here. And what we see is the software title, and I call this one dynamic standard software request because what we want is we want the manager of the software being set as one of the reviewers for the review process. So how does this look like in IT asset management? If we go to our software titles and software catalog, and there are software titles tracked by assignments, and we want the ones tracked by installation, and as you see there are 3 of them, and in the list you see there is a software manager set, which is a relation, and the relation is to Mrs. Mindy Soft. And what we want is whatever is selected, she may be one of the approvers. Okay, we select one of the titles and need this for project management. Okay, then we click on select and on submit. And what we get is a service request with a couple of activities behind. And as you can see that there is at the beginning a runbook activity, and then there are following a couple of review activities, which are currently empty. The point is, if we are creating review activities, we want that the reviewer knows exactly what to approve. And therefore, what the runbook does, I am using, just logging into my orchestrator server, the runbook, which is this one here, collects all the information of the service request down here. So it gets the service request itself, it gets the user, it gets the title, it updates the service request in terms of the software title, the display name of the software, plus a description change. Then we create a review activity with the software titles manager as the reviewer. And finally, we fill in data into the review activities so that every person reviewing the service request knows exactly what to do, and no need for getting back to the service request itself, which is important if we are using email notification. So let's go to review activities. There's currently none in progress, probably because the service request itself is still, let's update this one, is still running the runbook, which is okay. Okay, now we can see that the review activities is filled up with information, and this is what the runbook did. So if now a reviewer, and let's look into this. If now a reviewer gets an email containing the title and the description, he gets exactly the information he wants. So this is something I typed in, and this is the software title from Provence IT Asset Management. Plus we get who was requesting it, the project, plus justification text. So if you send out this information via email, everybody should know what to do. Okay, so let's wait until this runbook is finished. So the runbook activity finished now, and now we get the first review activity here, which is an approval step. We simply approve that with OK. And the following review activities, to save time, I set them to automatic. So we won't waste our time on approving all of them. So if we look onto the service request and the activities behind, what's happening now is that every person, so there might be the IT manager, the software asset team, probably purchasing or whoever, approving step by step here. And in the last step, this is again one we do manually. You see this person here, Mindysoft, is set as the manager. How did I do that? So let's say to approve that this template doesn't contain it. So as you see here, we have one runbook activity and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 review activities. To save time here, I'll show you the template. And the template for this service request is the dynamic standard software service request. And what we can see here is that this service request only contains 1, 2, 3, 4 review activities, which are empty. So the runbook, the initialization runbook, is getting these, filling up the data, and adding the last one with the dynamic value of the software assets manager. So let's check how far our service request has gone. Most of them are completed. As I told you, I set them automatic. So these are completed. So the last one is waiting for approval. We do this manually now. Might be done via email as well with the Exchange connector. So this is the set one we created automatically, and approve it. And that's it. Okay, so now the service request is proven, but the question is, what happens then? For our user, it is done. So the request will go into a completed state soon. Okay, still in progress here, but it switch over in a couple of seconds. The point is, what is the next step in terms of software asset management? What I did here is, in this runbook folder here, I'm waiting for a software request with a specific values in terms of his display name. So if there is status completed and display name contains dynamic standard software request, this runbook is triggered. We get the user of the software, we get the software title, we get the manager of the software, and then anything you want can happen here. So you could use Configuration Manager to deploy the software. You could use Service Manager to raise a change request, a service request. You could use your own application with Orchestrator in terms of using some sort of deployment mechanism just to prove that this worked. I simply writing in data here. So what we get is the service request, the person which is actually requesting it, and the title. But you could use anything from the whole service request information to complete this step. Okay. I hope you enjoyed what you saw and are happy with what you get. This was a small example. You might extend this on your own needs. And as you see here, finally, our service request is finished. And yeah, that's it for the dynamic software request. Bye.